A human being, a dissident. This is Nawal El Saadawi. A feminist and a rebel since her childhood, she stood against injustice, hypocrisy, and lies, and suffered because of it. A granddaughter of an illiterate yet revolutionary woman, she once said that rebellion ran in her blood, was part of her genes. She was born in 1931 to relatively liberal parents in the small village of Kafrtalia in Egypt.
We live in one world, not three or four. When you say, I came from the third world, this is an insult to me, because I'm not third world. When you say I came from the Middle East, it's an insult to me, because I say middle to who? We were named Middle East by the British colonizers. When I go to London now, I say, I'm going to the Middle West. So people laugh, because it's ridiculous when you are named by your colonizers.
At a time when all girls were married off at the age of 10, she was allowed an education. Intelligent and hardworking, she began to feel the oppression of inequality at a young age. Her spoiled brother was given liberties she was denied. Unable to answer her whys, her parents used the classic old answer, "It is God's will." And so, her first letter as a child was a letter to God. Tremblingly, she questioned him about his fairness. She wrote everything down, then burnt the letter.
So the first letter I wrote in my life was to God. Because I told him, yes, God, you are not just, and you treat me badly, and you treat my brother better than me, though I am much more intelligent than him. And this is not fair. And if you are not going to be fair, I'm not ready to believe in you. As a child, I wrote that.
Studying to become a physician, she had a first-hand experience of the physical and psychological problems faced by women, eventually connecting them to oppressive and ignorant cultural practices. She herself was circumcised at the mere age of 6. 17 years later, she would publish her first non-fiction book entitled Woman and Sex, a book that would later become a seminal work of second-wave feminism. The book and her political activity took its toll on her professional life.
I love jokes. For instance, we were colonized by the British, but he's Indian. It is not his problem.
I might even be Egyptian.
And the British colonized Egypt and India. They colonized you too, under very polite words, very polite, beautiful words. Protection. They said, we are going to protect you. Egypt was colonized and invaded under the word protection. Exactly. I was invaded by 3 husbands under the word protection.
She was fired from several positions, including her post at the Ministry of Health, and was even imprisoned for a while. She helped establish a feminist magazine entitled Confrontation. After fleeing Islamist and political persecution, she returned to Egypt in 1996 and continued with her writings and calls for freedom.
This is the fashion. It's very easy. I'll give you an example to say, well, Islam is against modernity. You cannot modernize under Islam. Islam is violent. You kill the infidel under Islam. But go and study Christianity. It's full of that, or Judaism. Even just remember the recent history in Serbia, how the Christians killed the Muslims under Christianity.
She taught at several universities, including Harvard, Washington, Yale, and the Sorbonne. Her works were translated into more than 30 languages. Even at the age of 80, she was part of the 2011 revolution.
Religion teaches double morality, not morality. And when you have double morality, there is no morality.
However, last August, Nawal informed the Pink Post-it magazine that she was alone in her fight against illness. Nonetheless, she still holds her pen. Her life is a long story of fighting for freedom, and she is currently writing the 4th chapter of her autobiography. Danger has been a part of my life ever since I picked up a pen and wrote. Nothing is more perilous than truth in a world that lies.